Since we're on the case, this whole like Elon thing, just want to give a quick shout out to Elon in terms of like Happy Father's Day to you, man, because the guy's got 11 kids. I think he deserves it.
Okay, wait a minute. Wait, if we're on that, Happy Father's Day is Nick Cannon. He has 12 kids.
Oh wow, that's a lot of kids.
They're helping the population.
They're definitely helping the population not slow down in growth and pushing them out.
And they might still not be done.
That
They
makes
might,
sense.
they got some more in the chamber. Maybe, who knows?
How exciting!
Thank you to all you fathers out there, our own fathers, for birthing us.
You want to kick us off?
Welcome back
To another week.
of your favorite crypto podcast,
Sometimes crypto.
The Unscripted.
Crypto podcast.
Hey yo.
Hell yeah. Hey yo. Sorry about that.
What?
Nah, nothing.
You can hear it. You can't identify what they're saying, by the way.
Okay.
You hear them mumble
Okay,
in the
sounds
background.
sounds good. I don't know where to
This is
start
a late
with.
recording.
This
It's
is
a late recording.
yeah,
Let's start off with that.
It is a late recording. Apologies for the delay, but hopefully
We're recording on Friday
Yeah, so like we're like 4 days behind schedule.
on recording time. We're only we're still not late on the episode being out, technically.
Yeah. If the episode comes out tomorrow morning, I think we're good.
I thought it would come out tomorrow morning. I think this might be come out Sunday morning.
Maybe Sunday seems more right. If that's the case, there's a Father's Day episode.
So I want to preface something. I haven't deleted. This can stay in. I haven't deleted the other files from the SD card. We only got 28 minutes left on that.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good.
I do
We'll
apologize.
take a little pause break later in 20 minutes then.
28, 26, 20, 20, 28, 26. Sometime. Just a
Heard.
preface. My fault.
All right. So William, we got a good amount of stories, I believe, this week. Is there any
And a
place that
shitty
you'd
market
like-
to talk about while we're at it.
It's pain. It's painful.
You just buy and it keeps on dumping. It's like, what's going on here?
Yep, it's finally seeing. It saw an all-time high of sorts, reached that like local peak, and then it started dumping.
Man, I don't even. Yeah, 71.7 is like, we're not having it. Back to the bottom, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Back to 60. Back to 65.8, pretty much. Sadness. Just pure sadness. But forget about Bitcoin.
Okay.
I think we should cover first.
The exciting news.
Yes.
Is it exciting?
Our
I'm
Lord and
assuming it's exciting.
Savior, our religion, Elon Musk.
Okay. I wasn't
Okay.
sure where you were going. I wasn't sure where you were going with that
Were
one.
you going to say ETFs?
I honestly I didn't know. I just
Or our new founder, our new Jesus, our new Messiah, Little Pump. Which one are we talking about?
Little Pump seemed a little bit more funner, but we could start with Elon, and then let the audience who doesn't involve themselves too much in crypto wonder what Little Pump has to
See
do with
what
this.
Daddy Little Pump did.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll see what I did there. It's called foreshadowing.
And so
You
So
shouldn't
what's up,
say it. But
so what's up with Elon? What's up with the legend?
The legend had a lot to say this week. But before all of that, he has finally been paid for what he accomplished with Tesla.
Oh, payday. You got quite a hefty payday too with that, right?
If I don't know how it's structured, but if this was income, like actual income, it's a good amount of money the government just got.
It's got a lot of taxes to pay.
I don't know how it's structured, but that's funny. So since what originally first happened was the agreement was to his investors, to the board, to everyone, he goes, I will not take a paycheck from Tesla or a salary until Tesla reaches X. Meaning X milestone, X number, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Not X, the new name for Twitter.
No. And with that, he hasn't been officially paid by Tesla. The only thing he has received from Tesla is Tesla stock. Well, that's all he has.
Which he can't really sell too much of, because then people get scared and be like, oh, he's dumping Tesla. Like, he's afraid.
Yeah.
Bad
and
news.
he also loses more control of the company.
Correct.
So what he did essentially was push out. He goes, until I don't reach this, I won't get paid. And everyone essentially was like, okay, we'll bank on that. Because if you don't succeed, because the company fails, we sell it off, we still make the majority, we still make all the money. You make zero. If we do succeed, it's so far down the road and you did achieve this absolute monstrous of a number or achievement, we got paid and you can get paid now. But what ended up happening was they ended up making that number a multi-$100 billion company, and they were like, "We don't want to pay you your $56 billion dollars that you rightfully owned." The board had to approve it, or shareholders had to approve it. And the funniest part was the board was pushing everyone to not approve his payment. His pension? Whatever.
It's stipend?
Whatever. The money he was owed,
his salary.
They're being pushed. His salary was being pushed not to be released after doing everything he said he would do.
Can you believe these people trying to stiff Elon Musk like that?
Yeah.
That's
So
that's
he did
just
get
some
it,
like
and it's
lowball stuff. My opinion. It's dirty.
man.
It's a dog eat
Everybody's dirty.
dog world.
But he got that approved.
If I was him, I'd try to start kicking people off the board after that. I'd be like, bro, I trusted you. I gave you these promises, and then you try to stab me in the back. Unless he's taking a one of those rules from that playbook. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
Yes. But that, and then the other news comes with Apple. Apple announced iOS 18, right, which is big news. It's big updates for Apple, and at the same time announced that they will be integrating ChatGPT 4.0 into Siri.
Wow, I've heard of that. I heard of that news.
Which necessarily is not a bad thing, but it's not a good thing at the same time.
Yeah.
Elon had a large gripe with that and immediately announced that they're not going to accept this. That it clearly states that Apple is not smart enough or intelligent enough or innovative enough to create their own AI, and that they're just use ChatGPT 4. And she also said at the same time, if they can't produce their own AI with the company they have, how can we trust, or how can you trust us, the consumers, that they're just not gonna, that OpenAI is not just gonna get your information either way.
Mm-hmm. After being like partnered up with Apple, getting full access at the operating system level, like
pretty much.
Because if they're doing full integration with Siri for iOS 18, then OpenAI will literally be scrubbing through all of your information and producing whatever results it can, or trying to utilize that information to the best of its ability. That can prove to be a slippery slope, as a lot of people can find a lot of like what's the word, like utility, influence from your data that you're producing, and I mean like influence over you, the user, which I don't know. I think Elon has a fair reason to be concerned.
So he had this so much so that he said that none of my employees will be allowed to own or operate an iOS device.
Own or
Meaning
operate?
Yeah, you can't own. Well, you can maybe personally, but you wouldn't be able to go into
The building with it.
the building and discuss business or inside like workarounds within the device itself.
Yep. Yeah, because like one of the main issues also that has, I don't know if it's spoken or not, but Siri is always listening. Literally, it's always listening. It is waiting to hear that. It's waiting to hear that command that activates it. You all know what it is. But yeah, they're always listening. So if they're always listening, that means that they can collect all the data they want with very minimal, like, what's the word? With very minimal. I'm drawing a blank. Like, notice.
Maybe.
So, like, to a degree, I have a webcam, for example, on my laptop. But this camera is installed into the laptop and literally has a bright white light letting me know that it is actively recording. One would assume that they could trust whenever the camera's off, whenever the light is off, the camera's off. I'm still a little bit skeptical about that at times, but when it comes to voice assistants, there is no notification of sorts letting you know that they are listening. You just kind of hear them reply to your answers, but they are always listening.
Yeah.
And a lot of companies and like organizations require people to put their devices in what's called like Faraday bags. I don't know where that name comes from.
He would require that too. I don't most companies don't.
I don't think most, but there would be like certain areas that I know for a fact companies dealing with security clearance and government buildings also definitely do require it.
Yeah, but that makes sense.
Yeah, of course, at the government level, for sure.
Yeah, government level makes sense. Like if you're dealing in private security and stuff like that, it makes sense that you'll be put in Faraday bags and stuff like that, and you wouldn't be able to take it within the building. Essentially, that's what Elon's going to do. If you come to visit Tesla X, whatever, SpaceX, you're not going to be allowed to get going with you have to leave your phone outside.
Mm-hmm.
Which I get why, because he doesn't want to give OpenAI the information. But if you don't give it to them, if you have a Google Assistant, or it's gonna have the Google Assistant AI system integrated into it. It's the same thing to a degree.
Yeah,
I think so.
That's the issue with it. I agree. At the end of the day, someone is
Right?
going to be getting that information, which only pushes more on what we've said before on this podcast, that artificial intelligence should be moved to decentralized options where not one organization or one person has the data stored on their devices. Not one person is in charge of the model that's being used, and therefore it can be reviewed and audited by everyone to make sure, in a secure manner, to make sure that no one's information is being significantly or at all misused.
Yeah, but so I understand his thing, and I agree with you. It should be decentralized, but at the same time, it's like they're already doing it. Yeah, whether it be Apple, Google, whoever, Instagram, whatever, they're all going to be doing some sort of setting of information for targeted ads, in my opinion.
They will always be doing that.
Depending on the level of information that OpenAI will be able to get, whatever, and the same goes for on Google. There's that varies. We'll have to wait and see what happens there. As of right now, from this report from June 10th from Unusual Whales, it says ChatGPT will be available for free in iOS 18 later this year without an account, and Apple says that the user queries won't be logged. Find out more here.
Sure.
I guess you can be like, oh sure, but that's like with anything, right?
That kind of reminds me of something that I heard where it's like a research paper that was done where the question posed was, should economists lie to the public? Whereas like, oh, if an economist says, oh, the economy's bad, then everyone's going to start acting like the economy's bad, and then the economy might actually get bad. Where that if the economist lies and says, oh, the economy's good, then people should have like more confidence in the economy and therefore prevent, at least that's what the paper does. So then these people are going to be saying, oh, we have, at least in this case, Apple and OpenAI are going to be saying, oh, we're not going to log it. But they know that if they log these queries, that they can make a better product to a degree. Or at least a product.
Yes.
Or at least a product that better suits them. So
you're right. But if they
it's like the same thing
and get caught being logged, that's an instant lawsuit.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. It's definitely a lawsuit where
are they willing to take it? Maybe
lawyers might make a much, but the people won't make any money.
Yeah, they do.
You know how these lawsuits get work, William? Like class action lawsuits. People end up getting,
you get paid out a portion.
Yeah, $5 to $100 maybe. That's what I've seen. Yet these lawyers.
I saw this lady who was in a lawsuit for contact lenses, and she got like $600 from it.
Okay, but like, how much damage was done to her? How much did she end up spending in further medical treatment because of?
Hers was zero. It was like, I don't think it was really damages. It was just like the product wasn't.
Okay.
Like for her, and I think the specific one I'm talking about, like she just didn't. Like it was just like they were setting a faulty product, but the product didn't harm anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Like the lens was supposed to be X, but it was Y, and it was just like, oh. But I think in that situation it was for a number of years.
Mm-hmm. Like how much?
So that's why I was.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Also, in Apple's case, you would get a very small amount because the amount of iPhones out there.
Yeah, for sure.
I won't disagree with you.
That's for sure.
I mean, hey.
But like look at the case for SBF and FTX. Oh, we're not gonna use your funds for investment purposes.
If you're gonna, do you think they deserve more? I think he does too. If that's what you're telling me, I'm not disagreeing with you here, buddy.
Bringing back that whole drama. No.
Do you think they all deserve to go to prison even for cooperating? Yes, I agree with you.
They all knew what they were doing. The fact that they were playing innocent.
Like, I'm not here to say no.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not gonna disagree with you on
this.
But
that's not my point. My point is more so that Apple could literally fall prey to the same exact situation.
I'm not disagreeing with you on this.
Okay.
Like, I'm not here to argue that.
I just want to make sure that that is out there.
Man, if you want to say that, like, you're trusting the banks to hold your money and they don't hold it. Like, what's the difference? If we really want to get it, like, if that's the way you're gonna think, though, everything could be that.
Yep, that is accurate. That is the right.
Everything is everything is trust. We're all allowed to drive cars. We have a license saying you know how to drive. Doesn't mean you're gonna drive. You're gonna be straight that day you want to drive.
You want to just plow through the.
Maybe that day you're like, you know what? That pole is in my way. Know what I'm saying?
Where's the trust?
It's all up. It's all up in the air.
It is. Does your shirt say chill? Chill?
It does say chill.
Funny.
It's a chili chinchilla. It's a V Friends merch.
Okay.
Want to be clear? I'm wearing this for style, not because it's cold. Because I'm actually hot. Just want to be clear on that.
The sweater?
Yes. It's a jacket. I would consider it a jacket for sure.
Yeah, it is a jacket. It's not a sweater. You're right. Yeah, William's not in it for the functionality. He's in it for the fashion statement.
Yes. On that same note, though, Elon also shortly tweeted, X phone anyone?
Fun.
Free Starlink as your service provider and X provided as well.
X Premium?
Yes.
Nice. I buy
And
it.
he wrote, and we won't save your data. And we won't sell your data or save or something like that.
I'd buy it.
$2,000. You buying it or not?
Yeah, the issue with Elon is that he's going to give a date. He's going to be like, oh, 2026.
And push it out 5 years?
And then, yeah, it's going to come out 2030.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong about that.
It's like, it's not done.
And it's like, we need a little more. But I don't know. I would buy it. A $2,000 X phone made in America, US.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm buying it. I mean, you won't get everything in America, but majority.
I will 100% buy that.
$2,000, I'll buy it. I mean, you're already spending $1,000 to $1,500 on a phone. So what's an extra $500 for something that's free service, X Premium, and made in the USA?
And yeah, it's like anti-child labor.
I say let's get it.
Yeah, 100%.
Mathematically, you'll save up like the service provider, depending on how long it's for.
That might be a good product. That might be a pretty good product.
Also, if you think, before we end this Elon dick riding episode, and if you also think about it, if you have Starlink works all around the world almost at this point. You can just go everywhere to anywhere and be like, I still have service, good to go.
You still have access to your crypto.
Boom.
Issue solved out here.
Yeah.
Oh, so hopefully, since we're on the case on this whole like Elon thing, just want to give a quick shout out to Elon in terms of like Happy Father's Day to you, man, because the guy's got 11 kids. I think he deserves it.
Okay, wait a minute. Wait, if we're on that, Happy Father's Day is Nick Cannon. He has 12 kids.
Oh wow, that's a lot of kids.
They're helping the population.
They're definitely helping the population not slow down in growth and pushing them out.
And they might still not be done.
You know, that makes sense.
You know, they got some more in the chamber, maybe. Who knows? But
how exciting!
Thank you to all you fathers out there, our own fathers, for birthing us.
Bro, the last time I heard someone have 12 kids was like my grandma's parents.
My girlfriend's grandparents.
Yeah, and my grandma's the youngest of 12, which is insane. Their excuse was
they got no TV.
There was no TV back then. I wonder what's Elon's excuse. No, I'm kidding.
I don't know.
You're gonna say
my girlfriend's grandmother, from her father's side, was 16. Like she was one of 16, or one of 15.
Wow, that's impressive.
And then she had another 8 of her own.
8,
if I'm not mistaken, like another 8.
Wow.
Yeah. That's population being helped out on that side for sure.
That's a number. That's a number.
That's a thing, buddy.
There's some impressive people out here.
Now the new ones are like 2, 1, 3.
Maybe.
Like, be careful. Alrighty.
So I would like to talk about the issue GameStop had.
What issue did GameStop have? What issue did they have, actually? I don't know.
So they postponed their annual meeting.
Okay.
Now the question is why? Why? Because there's been speculations on the internet that the one and only Roaring Kitty is going to be joining the board of directors for GameStop.
Oh, I heard of this.
Right? So since the speculation was blowing up, all the degens out there, all the Wall Street bettors, they were hopping onto this call to hear the announcement, if that were the case. and GameStop servers could not keep up with the amount of people joining. So the call was crashing. And since the call has to be live streamed so that investors can be aware of what's going on, they couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So they postponed.
Wait a minute, but would it? Before you continue, sorry for interrupting. Doesn't it just have to be live streamed for the people who own the stock to tune in?
It live streamed for the investors, yeah.
So you're telling me all the investors who own GME were trying to hop on the call, essentially. And that has never happened before, and their servers could not withhold
their servers could not support the amount of people trying to watch. No, they underprepared.
No, not the amount of people. They're investors.
They're investors, yeah. And then people, I think
that's
it's also
insane.
I think it's also open to people who are wanting to invest. No,
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Nonetheless, people interested couldn't get on. And so they postponed this date for the annual meetings to be on Monday, June 17th.
Oh, snap. Okay.
Yeah, so next week, Monday. Now, you want to hear the funny part?
What's the funny part?
Monday, June 17th is National Take Your Cat to Work Day. So, if on this call they announce that Roaring Kitty joins the GameStop board of directors, it would be very funny if it happens on National Take Your Cat to Work Day. They'll quite literally be bringing in the most valuable cat out there.
That's wild. I didn't know that's funny.
Yeah, I thought that was a funny coincidence.
Do you know why they speculate he's going to be on the board?
Because he's one of the largest shareholders of the company.
Yes, but there's another reason why.
Oh, there's another reason why. There's more sauce?
The current chairman? No, because the current chairman and director had the same amount of stocks held before I think he became chairman or director of GameStop.
Wow.
And they're saying that he has bought up enough to maybe do the same, like join the board the same way. He moved up the ladder, essentially. If I'm not mistaken, that's what I heard. That's what I read on X. So that's like funny.
That is
funny. Which
funny.
I don't understand like what it would mean for the whole thingamajig, like with him being
for GameStop
on the board itself. Because to be fair, if he's on the board, it just means like they have to make specific decisions for shareholders, and they actually do have to help like to try to keep the company profitable.
Yeah.
So is he going to really try to make GameStop profitable? That's what I'm thinking.
Probably. Now, question is, right? what experience does he have? I mean, besides creating the largest short squeeze in history.
Also, to add to this, I don't think he was rich before this.
He wasn't.
Right?
No.
Or do you know anything?
No, he wasn't. No.
Because my understanding of this was he had $50,000. He took that bet on GameStop for $50,000 on options. He made somehow hundreds of millions of dollars on it with those 50, and then made those, I think, 150 to 200,000 to another 500 to 600 to another 600 million. I'm sorry, speaking the millions here.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Which they're currently sitting at 500 million with 90 million shares in GME. Respectfully,
yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, that's what I understand.
Yeah, he definitely made all of his money through this.
This is going to prove you, folks.
Yeah, I want to say he
need
won the
only
lottery,
50,000 to make a couple
but
hundred million
that's
one
not
time.
true. He didn't win no lottery. There was no luck involved in this. This was straight up conviction and diligence, due diligence.
People like following the conviction.
Well, the thing is, he bought the stock knowing that it was overshorted, and he was just letting people know. He's like, "Hey, this right here is a great opportunity," and he never sold. Like, people held on, and they're like, "I'm not selling until he sells. I'm not selling until he sells," because he's like, "Fuck these people. Fuck like big investment banks. Like they're making money hoping." Mm-hmm.
Which, to add to you what you just said, those big investment banks, he bankrupted a few of them.
Yep.
While he did that the first time around.
Yeah, he did.
These they're not banks. These hedge funds went down because they could not
hedge funds
support what he did. To be like, just so you know, like he
caused him so much pain.
Fucked up some hedge funds. Like,
he took all their money. He took all of their money.
Literally. You can continue. I just want to be clear that he fucked them up.
Talk about a David and Goliath situation. Literally. So
Facts.
GameStop right now, people consider it still to be like a bit of a dying company. Especially when you have this monolith of another company known as Steam, pretty much taking away all of his business.
And games are becoming more online and not wanting to actually like own.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
the physical copy.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's just people prefer downloading it digital.
Yeah.
So who knows? Maybe he comes up with another way for GameStop to take down its Goliath.
Maybe. Also, this I don't know any of his information. I don't know if he's rich or poor. Well, I know he's technically paper rich because he owns 9 million shares and it's 500. Technically, he's mad paper rich.
You can just do what Elon does. Take out loans. Take out loans against it.
Apart from that paper richness, if he were to get on the board, he would have minimum a 6-figure salary. Instantly.
Bring in some income.
I just to be fair there, I just want to add some caveat to that. Oh, I didn't even know that. Crazy.
Yeah,
all right.
So that's just fun news.
Ready to get into some crypto?
Some crypto.
So
I wanna talk about something for Shopify.
I guess. What's up?
Okay.
No, you froze. I'm kidding.
So Shopify is actually supporting crypto payments through Solana Pay.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, really cool news because Shopify has a whole lot of businesses working with them.
Not even just big ones, small ones.
Yeah, a bunch of small ones. So it's
like
going to be
they're the go-to person for small businesses to
pretty much, essentially. So they're going to be allowing their clients, Shopify's clients, the e-commerce websites, to start accepting payments through Solana Pay plugins.
Nice.
Making a crypto globally accessible for people like anyone.
I wouldn't say just accessible. I'll say usable.
Usable, exactly.
More so.
Mm-hmm. And then obviously benefit from the low fees, transaction fees. So I just thought that was really cool news. Really, really cool news for Shopify, for Solana.
It is. On that same exact note, you know what else might happen with Solana? I'll read it for you.
Go.
This is Bitcoin FLG on Twitter. Breaking news. Solana ETF likely next. BlackRock have reportedly started the application process for a Solana ETF.
Really?
Ooh, correct though.
That's exciting.
The reason, in my opinion, that's big news is that two things have to come out from here. Two things. It's a security or it's a commodity. They're going to have to make a final decision whether what is Solana. To also add to this, they're going to either pump the price or they're going to dump the motherfucking life out of it. Because this would also mean U.S. exchanges would have to get rid of Solana.
Yeah.
If it's found in securities. Just to add to that.
Wow. I mean,
Which
the SEC could always delay and not say anything.
Only for so many times, only so often, right?
Yeah, to a degree, I guess. I don't know. Like, we still don't have the ETH ETFs yet.
Yeah, but they're set to start on July.
Yeah, Gary Gensler
So what happened with the ETF was they apparently didn't work on it until they approved it. And after they approved, they're like, okay, now we need to get the paperwork and everything else settled.
Yeah, opposite for Bitcoin.
Bitcoin was where they're working on it. They're going back and forth. Everyone commercials out, everything's ready.
Yeah.
Approved, start.
Yep, it's good to go. Okay, approve. Now it's for ETH, it's approved.
Here
now,
it was like, you're good to go. Now,
yeah, opposite.
get it ready to be off.
To start, yeah. Yep.
So that's the difference there. But a Solana ETF would be crazy.
You see, now here's the thing. I feel like this might try to dilute. They might be doing this on purpose now to dilute focus away from Bitcoin into Solana and Ethereum ETFs, so that crypto doesn't pump, or at least the majority of investors don't pump all their money into one asset alone, Bitcoin, which drives the prices for all the other cryptos. I don't know if that makes sense.
You want me? I'm only gonna shit on it one way, and it's not because it's not a valid point. Because people have said this before too. The reason I want to disagree with you is because of one reason alone. ETFs are not ETFs. Securities, commodities, all these things are a $30+ trillion asset class.
Mm-hmm.
There is plenty of money to go around.
Okay. I see what you mean.
Meaning
there's
Bitcoin,
liquidity out there.
If liquidity is wanted and needed, it will be there.
I see.
Type of an ordeal. And in my opinion, if a Solana ETF were to be approved, there won't be the sell-off from GBTC that you saw in Bitcoin. Because the GBTC premium is so much higher than the actual price of Sol. Unlike the inverse of ETH and Bitcoin, the premiums were much lower. You're buying at a discount, not versus Solana. Unlike Solana, that you're paying more
right now, like as of right now. So like people who have Solana in the fund paid more for it. Overpaid, essentially, yeah, to a degree. Okay.
Yeah. So that sell pressure still may be there, but it's way less because you're gonna be selling at a loss.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're selling to the open market.
Okay, so is there a timeline for when to expect it? Okay.
None. It just said that they applied for it. And on that note, as I said, spot ETH ETF projected to be launched the 2nd of July.
Mm-hmm.
Which we'll see what happens there at that point. Because they're also pricing ETH as a technology, not as a store of value like Bitcoin. And they're saying investors or financial advisors have a better grasp of how to sell technology like ETH versus like what Bitcoin is.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, interesting. I would have thought it would have been the other way around.
No.
I would have thought it would be easier to sell something that's a store of value than a technology.
So apparently not, because the technology does more things and you're buying an asset that is producing something else. Unlike store of value that don't produce anything.
Yeah, that's true.
Also, I think it's tied in with Nvidia, Facebook, or Meta, that all these things that we do this is us, but we do this. Similar to ETH, we're this network, but you can do this on our network, and this is what our network offers.
Yeah, that's true. That makes sense.
So that's the other caveat there for that one. So have we peaked yet?
No.
Then why are we seeing news of Little Pump getting Solana tattooed on his forehead? And we haven't peaked. I would consider that a top.
You consider that a top? I think most people would start considering that a top.
You're telling me this is not a top right now?
No, William, I don't think this is a top.
This isn't a top.
You
can't see it here, but I'm showing it on the screen.
Oh my god, that is a terrifying picture.
This is not a top.
That
it looks like it was done with Sharpie, terrifying. To be fair, but like not a top.
Hold on. I got one picture that I want to share to you since you got it open already. This one's actually made by Beeple.
You just sent it to me.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you don't want to pull it up?
No. You can pull it up.
Oh.
But yeah, I would consider tops when like my aunt or my uncle start calling me, asking me about questions. I'm like, okay, now you're interested. Now I reached you. Okay. But like Lil Pump is a very famous guy. I'm sure he's got
just like these two you just sent me. Again, sorry for those who can't see. Just like these two you just sent me.
Yep.
I want to say one thing. They did Andrew Tate a disservice here. He should be a little darker.
Wait, that's hilarious because that's literally what he said. That's exactly what he said. Andrew Tate actually replied to that tweet. If you scroll down on the right side.
Oh, facts. Let's see it. Oh, I left it.
Yeah,
that's.
Look,
right there is the man himself. Let's see what it's. Let's see it. Let's read it. Okay, here. I changed the art. I need to be more browner. And his muscles are missing.
And so are his tattoos. And then and his massive long Johnson. This guy's crazy. When done, I'll buy it for whatever, and you'll promise 50% to charity.
Heart.
You see?
This is fun. And he dropped a white paper for it. Mother and Daddy. Oh, this is going to get... I'm not reading all this to everyone. I'm just looking at it. I'm sorry if you're getting a close-up of my face. This is funny.
So essentially, we talked about Iggy Azalea's mother token.
Which pumped. I don't even know where it's at right now. But it did pump, and then it came back down. Yeah, it's a thing.
I saw it reach like over 200 billion market cap.
Yeah. Wait a minute. And Iggy Azalea was on the New York Stock Exchange.
Mm-hmm. She literally went over there.
And they had her on. And then they had her, and Jim Cramer had her on. How is the man who shits on every other crypto doesn't have the one pumping a meme token right now? Make it make sense. That is flabbergasting to me.
We live in a clown world, William.
Bro, how is this dude who's always hating on Bitcoin because it's fake, it's this and that, you're going to have the celebrity on of a meme token? Also, mind you, she is selling merch with her token, by the way. Like, this is actually a meme token that she is making, like, useful for her fan base to use. I will say that.
If you have her meme token, you could buy merch with it.
Yeah, and she wants to put like a mobile provider on it, too.
Interesting.
Flabbergasting.
Absolutely flabbergasting.
But still, homie's gonna tell me have her on, but hate on Satoshi?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It's a third.
Kramer's just that one person that you gotta inverse always.
It's
Always
hilarious.
gotta, always gotta invert whatever Kramer says. But yeah, Iggy's token is mother. It's pumped like crazy, and apparently she's adding utility to it. But then Tate also released a token called Daddy.
I didn't know. Well, I didn't know he launched it. I saw something he did with it.
Yeah, so there's two. So there's one like X account called at Daddy Tate CEO, and then there's Tate's actual Twitter account, which is at Cobra Tate. So apparently, on June 9th at 21:24 UTC, at Daddy Tate CTO sends 40% of the Daddy supply to Cobra Tate, right?
Yeah.
And then 11 other wallets funded through Binance with almost identical amounts at the same time bought up 20% of the Daddy token on June 9th before Daddy Tate's CTO's first tweet announcing the Daddy token.
Okay.
So if 11 accounts buy up 20% with large amounts of money, and the first account sends 40% to Andrew Tate, it does say like that does look like a project that Tate started. I don't know if he's like officially said that
he burned 40% of his holdings. He burned what was sent to him.
He burned 40% of his holdings.
Yes.
No, that's not okay. Did he burn the full 40% that was sent to him, or the 40%?
He burned 40% of what he held.
Of what he had. Okay. And he's like, okay, donating this to the community then. But yeah, that token's popping off like crazy, and then Beeple pretty much posted that artwork that I showed you.
Well, I have it right here.
And I think it's funny because it lined up like he saw the whole little pump thing also, and just he saw so much stuff, and just like he went to work. People went straight to work.
So I just put it up. The token's called Daddy Tate. The fully diluted market cap is $669 million.
Wow.
It has only gone up. It has gone from 9 cents max to 75 cents, currently sitting at 66 cents. I will say there are only 1,395 holders of this.
It's a little late then. Like, if any of those people start dumping,
yeah, you can't buy this. No, you can't.
It's too risky. At least that's what I would think. It seems way too risky.
Not for that market cap. Well, this is the issue, though. It is, but it isn't. Well, in terms of holders, it is. But the issue is that he burnt 40% of the holdings. You don't burn 40%, you don't have the current market cap.
True.
Not even close.
Nope. Seems interesting.
That's the.
That being said, I still want people to remember that one little clip that we talked about a few episodes ago, reel that you hopefully have seen about celeb tokens and where they eventually end up. So take it all with a grain of salt.
I'm gonna give you pushback. You're right. Maybe with Tate's, but Mother's still sticking around.
Mother's still sticking around.
It's still there, being annoying.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I will also say these are meme tokens. I would never tell you to buy a lot. If you want to get in, just do. I wouldn't touch this right now. It's
you get in for the memes. That's why they're meme tokens.
Like whoever got in before the 40% 40% burn,
they did great.
You fucking killed it.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't touch this right now though.
I think I might make that my wallpaper.
What?
The Beeple artwork.
That's funny. I approve that message. That's crazy. I just put it up on a bird's eye. Well, moving forward.
Moving forward. What do you got?
What do you got? You told me a lot to say.
Oh, well, I didn't say I have a lot of stuff to say, but I do have one other thing, but it is Bitcoin related. So I don't know if you want to leave the Bitcoin related stuff for later.
Nah, you can go to Bitcoin, I guess.
Heard. Cool. So Bitcoin's down, as we know. It's bleeding a bit. And these whales, these massive whales being wallets with over 1,000 Bitcoin, they're like, oh, Bitcoin's down. Time to buy as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Starting with MicroStrategy, the whale of all whales. They've announced that they're going to be doing another one of their what is it? Is it like a scheme? It's not a scheme because they're not scheming, but it is like strategies. What? So essentially, they're going to be offering $700 million in convertible senior notes for their business, MicroStrategies, to buy $700 million worth of Bitcoin, which is insane. That's a lot of Bitcoin. But not only that,
Sater gets a plan.
Yeah, Sater definitely gets a plan. Originally, it was supposed to be $500 million. My bad.
You want extra? You found an extra 200 million? He's like, some more.
He saw the price go down. He's like, you know what? We're selling more.
For a guy who says he buys at any price, he does like mine specifically when the price is down, huh?
Yeah, that is.
He's not
true.
stupid. He's like, let me buy cheap Bitcoin at least. I'll buy at 3 million once it's down from 5 million. Essentially.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what he does.
That's pretty much. But MicroStrategies isn't the only company doing this. We have a medical technology company also called Semler Scientific, who recently, back like in May, like a month or two ago, ended up buying $59 million worth of Bitcoin.
Good amount.
Yeah, but now they bought an additional $17 million.
Okay.
So they're sitting at,
DCA'd.
yeah, they DCA'd. So they're sitting at about 1,000 Bitcoin now. They bought 828 the first round and then 247 this round.
Okay. Makes sense.
And to further that, like I think their CEO says, we have two purposes for this business: A, provide more medical support; B, buy more Bitcoin. That's what he said that the purpose of the business was, and that they will plan on buying 150 more Bitcoin. Oh, my bad. $150 million more worth of Bitcoin.
Yeah, okay.
So,
I mean, Sater can also offer a stock split.
Oh, Sater's absolutely gonna. Oh, I don't know about stock split, but Sater's plans on diluting its shareholders.
It has to be a stock split.
The price keeps on going up. What is MicroStrategy sitting at right now?
$1,400 last time I checked.
Oh wow. Yeah, they could definitely split.
Like, they could.
Well, we got two
they
more.
could split.
We got two more companies also stocking up. We got a Canadian company called DeFi Technologies. Obviously, they work in the blockchain space. And they recently said that they're going to be making Bitcoin their primary treasury reserve asset. So they will be holding Bitcoin as their main form of currency, and they purchased 110 Bitcoin. And then finally, a Japanese data analytics company known as Meta Planet. They bought $7.7 million worth of Bitcoin, and then just recently bought another $16 million.
How much?
$16 million worth of Bitcoin.
That's a fair amount.
So probably somewhere around like 230 Bitcoin, 200 some Bitcoin. And as soon as MetaPlanet said this, their stock price went up approximately 10%.
I mean, that one you said prior, because I didn't catch. I don't remember how to pronounce the name. Their stock, after announcing it, the very next day opened up 10% higher than before.
Semler Scientific.
Yeah.
Yeah. MicroStrategy, Semler, MetaPlanet. I don't know about DeFi Technologies. I haven't seen the stock price of that one yet. But those three are perfect examples of what happens to companies, publicly traded companies, once they announce that they will be buying Bitcoin. So maybe, I might be wrong, but it seems like a company that might be in a pinch might choose to say, hey, we're going to start buying Bitcoin as our reserve asset to try to get a quick little pump in stock price. Granted, we covered one a while ago about a gold company that literally uses as a pump and dump scheme. But the CEO for that company immediately resigned, and I don't think it's very likely that any US-based company will be doing this quite often like that.
Well, Saylor talks about it quite often, that the reason he chose to buy Bitcoin, because at one point he realized, he goes, I have two options. I have a slow death. Or he goes, I have three options. I have a slow death, I have a fast death, and I forgot what the third option was. And he goes, I don't want a fast death. A slow death doesn't mean I don't want to like lose either, like stop. And he goes, essentially, he goes, and I have 500 million in cash. He goes, let me just buy Bitcoin. And he goes, and just to be on the safe side, I'll tell investors, if you don't want your stock, because I'm gonna buy Bitcoin, I will buy you out of your stocks at a premium. He goes, he's like, worst case scenario, I buy out everyone or those who I can. I buy what's left in Bitcoin, like 250 million, and he goes, I'll buy out the rest of the people. He goes, they didn't decide that. Half of the people, more than half, he only sold off. When he bought back like $120 million in shares, he goes, I'll just buy Bitcoin with that. And the stock went from trading at a $200 to $300 market to a $1,600 per stock price now.
It's a big,
and he's
big
only
difference.
kept on buying.
Mm-hmm. And he won't stop.
And he goes,
buying
and he's also added, he goes, and I was in a position where I had a lot of cash on hand, didn't want to stop, switched to just buying Bitcoin, and obviously working the main business, which is cash flowing, which is technology and software, and kept on doing it. And he goes, and I have the ability to buy more Bitcoin at a 2% rate if I need to borrow or less.
Yeah.
So he goes,
he's got
makes perfect sense.
He's got a hell of a strategy. That's for sure. Michael Saylor's doing it right.
So he goes, Can't be any more in his face, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So while we're already talking about Bitcoin and accepting Bitcoin, all this, just before we do waiver and go somewhere else. So CPI came out this week. Came out lower than was expected. So this is from the Cosby letter on Twitter. Real quick read. Breaking, May CPI inflation rate fell to 3.3%, below expectations of 3.4. Core CPI inflation fell to 3.4, below expectations of 3.5. This marks the 38th consecutive month where inflation is above 3%. What does the Fed say at the meeting? The Fed spoke this week as well and said rates stay the same, and market went from 2 possible rate cuts to only 1. Which, to be fair, the news is fairly bullish because everything did drop. So we did see a really hard pump, and then after that pump, it's been a big sell-off since then. Just to add to that. And now moving into the Bitcoin related news. So the current cost of operating miners, big ones, of course. So it says from Bitcoin News, average Bitcoin mining costs hit 83.6 thousand according to macro. So meaning that's what costs them to mine Bitcoin.
To mine a Bitcoin.
Yeah. Which is a lot.
I heard that a president of the United States wants to implement a 30% crypto mining tax. Have you heard of that?
No, I heard a former president say he wants what's ever left of mining to be mined in the US of A.
Interesting. Do you know which president I was talking about?
For a second, I thought you were going somewhere else, and I was like, he's not current. But now that you said it, I know which motherfucker it was.
Yeah. It sounds like you're mad.
Why does Uncle Joe want to take 30% of taxes there, but then wants us to send them crypto?
Yeah, I mean, it's not so much. I'm like, okay, people are okay with taxation to a degree.
They're already getting taxed, though.
Who's getting taxed?
Miners.
Miners are already getting taxed?
You don't think they pay money on income? You know what? We think they're not paying taxes on income right now?
So then what would the tax be? Just the whole
additional.
Oh, wow, that's crazy.
What do you think it's going to be? It's an additional tax. I'm pretty sure.
You bring up a valid point. I didn't consider the tax that they're already paying for their being in business.
They're already a business. They already have payroll taxes if they have employees, which I'm assuming they do. They already have to sell the Bitcoin that they have to get taxed on. Like,
you're right. I didn't consider that.
They have to be taxed.
I didn't consider that. You're right. So obviously that taxing is anti-crypto, but then also the fact that he denied SAB 121. He vetoed it.
Yeah, we talked about that a couple weeks back.
You're going to veto the bill that's pro-crypto and then choose to tax crypto companies who are mining. Like you can't get more anti-crypto than that.
I don't think he's winning this year.
Yeah, at least with that stance, he definitely lost a lot of crypto voters.
I don't think he's going to win this year. My opinion, unfortunately, just because he's not doing things I want. Anyone who does vote for him, sure, if he floats your boat, I guess. I don't know how, for the most part. I guess. To be fair, I also don't like the other guy. I think they're both old farts. All 3 candidates currently are old farts.
That is true.
I wanted a different one. I wanted the Indian guy. I'm gonna say it just like that.
That's fair. Isn't he Indian?
And before that one, I want
The Asian.
I don't know what he is. The Asian. There we go. Thank you.
The Indian.
Thank you
is
for
Asian
saving
too.
me. I was about to say something else.
But the thing is, Indian is Asian still, though.
What? You're right. Yeah, but this one I know he's Asian. I know this one I know he's Indian. I don't know if the other one, what Asian is he? You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, I'm trying to get canceled. Gosh darn it.
I don't know what type of Asian he is either. I think he's just American.
He's
American Asian.
Yes. Yes. But not the point. The point is they're hindering crypto and the innovation. Current administration is pushing it out, and it's not helping the case for those who are in crypto.
Mm-hmm.
And those will lose you votes. Not even talking about any other political stance, just crypto stances. You're not getting these votes.
No, definitely not.
Not even close. Like, we're going to send you those dead celeb bean coins. That's what we're going to donate to you, Biden.
Yep.
And even if we send you all of them, it will equal $50 at most.
File that on your taxes. I think they might charge him more for filing that on taxes than.
Yeah, we really swayed though. But so back to this whole crypto miner thing. That's a lot of money, bro. That's 2 Bitcoins you have to sell to pay.
Mm-hmm.
Not even including your taxes. That's crazy.
Yep, that is crazy. It's the veto for SAB 121 that gets me. Honestly, that's the one. And then and then having the audacity of asking for crypto donations. That's really what it is.
He's a wild boy. I got 2 more.
Okay.
Brazil's largest bank, Itaú Unibanco, launches Bitcoin and crypto trading for all customers. The Itaú has 60 million customers in Latin America.
Wow, that's a lot of customers.
That's a 1%. Half of a percent starts buying it or using it. That's a lot of access that people didn't have before.
That is. That's
again.
That's exciting.
This is just the headline. This is just a story. I don't know if you can withdraw the Bitcoin or whatever cryptos are on there. I don't know the full story, but that's also like, it's progression. Mm-hmm. It means Bitcoin can't die as easy as people think.
That is definitely a step forward.
In my humble opinion. I just think that's interesting news. We'll see once other banks start to do so. And large US banks start to do this as well. They may take longer just because they have the ETFs, but still, it would be nice for banks or other institutions to actually offer you the actual asset themselves. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, definitely Bitcoin has a lot more structure this time around compared to the last bull run.
Sadly or fortunately, whichever way you want to take it.
I guess.
Right? And lastly, Donald Trump met with Bitcoin Magazine CEO and U.S. Bitcoin miners and committed to supporting mining in D.C.
Wow. So he's pro Bitcoin mining. I mean, he wants all the rest of it to be mined here in the U.S.
Trump is trying to win the crypto vote in every way, shape, and form.
I would agree. I would agree with that statement. He does have some competition, though. He does have some competition because RFK.
He doesn't. Unfortunately,
RFK is gonna be a speaker at the Bitcoin conference in Nashville.
Listen, I would love RFK to win, and I would suggest, I will always say, vote for who you want. Just because you vote RFK does not mean it's a vote for Trump. Just because that's stupid. You're voting for the person you want. I will, however, say, unfortunately, I hope RFK, I think he might have a real shot. I hope he could do better. I hope his lead gains. Unfortunately, though, Trump has a large population of Republicans that don't agree with RFK. unfortunately, and it's just like we're not gonna get that more neutral vote.
Yeah, no, that's not.
That
gonna
would
happen.
be RFK.
That's the issue. We're always fighting on two sides of the spectrum.
You know, and if I would say it's one of those predicaments where if RFK can take more from Biden than Trump, he can probably win. But the thing is, a lot of Dems, from the ones spoken to personally, not many, don't like RFK either because of the whole vaccine thing.
True, accurate.
But it's kind of crazy.
Yep, definitely.
Oh, by the way, Daddy's at 68 now.
Wow, can't wait till it reaches 69.
I want you to know, if it's $1, it's $1 billion asset.
Wow. That is true.
Just to be fair. Well, it'll be more in a billion since 40%, because it's $1 billion. So if it's $1, it's actually more in $1 billion. Fully, I do the market cap.
True.
Again, not enough holders. Be skeptical. Take your money out quick. But yeah, man, it's crazy. A lot of things happen. Damn it. It's craziness.
Yep. Well, on that note, thank you guys for coming. Like, subscribe.
You got
follow,
nothing else?
Comment. No. Got nothing else.
This guy.
Like, subscribe,
well, then,
comment,
this should hopefully
follow.
be out Sunday.
Yeah.
Sorry for the delay. I had a funeral to go to, unfortunately. I apologize. Nonetheless, thank you for tuning in. Like, subscribe, follow, share, comment.
Yep.
Alex says he loves you all.
I do love you all.
What did you just say? You said we said all that?
Yeah, I said
You gotta
I
make
do.
sure to hear
I
twice,
said
bro.
I said I do.
Oh, well.
Thank you guys for
Be
tuning
safe
in
trading.
to your favorite crypto
It's
podcast.
been another week. What the fuck are you doing?
It's been another week of your favorite crypto podcast,
Sometimes crypto.
the Unscripted.
The Unscripted Crypto Podcast.
Ayo.
Ayo.